Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep Goel, and it is my great pleasure to speak to you all today. I am currently in Hong Kong, 8 p.m. Tuesday night, and we had a remarkable couple of days here. And I am excited to take the time away from all the meetings to present to you all a very important announcement. So we are going to spend a few minutes here today, and I'll bring you all up to date on what we have recently accomplished. And if you all remember, we promised you all that we will only announce what we have accomplished, what we have inked and signed and put to practice. So it's a very exciting day today for SolveCare, a major milestone, and we are going to walk you through it. So today, we are very excited to announce a strategic new partnership. And words are certainly important, but I'm going to actually let a wonderful video that our marketing team put in place do all the talking. So without further ado, allow me to present to you all our latest strategic new partnership. So, as always, our marketing team loves to produce very exciting videos. And I'm very excited to announce that SolveCare has partnered with Uber and the Uber Health Division to launch our managed transportation solution that really goes much further than anything that has ever been built. Our solution that we have launched on the SolveCare platform essentially replaces the Uber app with the blockchain. The idea here and the capability is pretty amazing. What you can do in the Uber app as an individual, the blockchain can do automatically for you and much better. We can now essentially request the ride, manage the ride, share in the cost of the ride between the patient, the employer, the insurance company, and care circle participants of the patient. And essentially the idea and the capability is for enterprise clients to offer transportation benefits to their participants, to their patients, to their employees, to their citizens, and do so through the blockchain as the enabling fabric. So we don't need the Uber app in the hands of the patients. We don't need the Uber app in the hands of the employers. They can publish care cards, and the members receive their care cards in the care wallet through which they can see when the car is on its way, where they can go, and how they can use this transportation service as part of their healthcare benefits. Now, it is a next step up in terms of functionality than what we announced a few months ago with our other transportation partner, but we continue to enhance this capability, and now our clients have the ability to choose the Uber Health service in addition to all the pre-existing services that they have, and they have the ability to now join the right set of services to their membership and to their benefit plan. What I'm really excited about is the capabilities of the platform, the blockchain that allows our clients to manage the transportation in a really unique way. So in effect, you have the care coordinator or the benefit administrator or the insurance call center representative or the employer human resource manager who can choose within the Care Wallet the member that they want to send to a certain provider. They can define the date and the time on which the transportation should be offered. They can set the parameters of the distance, cost, pickup location, and they can issue a ride card to the member's wallet real time. The member, when they receive the card in their wallet, can see the ride summary and the ride card. And if the provider has not been chosen for them, they can choose the provider and the location of the provider, the doctor, and they can set the pickup time to be earlier than planned if they want more time. They can also set pickup location from the allowed locations, and they can confirm the ride, which will trigger the blockchain to request the ride from the backend transportation service. If the members don't have a pre-approved ride, they can request a ride from the transportation coordinator. They can select the provider they want to see and what location they want to see the doctor. They can choose the pickup time and the location from where they want to be picked up, and they request the ride, resulting in the coordinator now being able to review, approve the ride card, and we are back to step number 2, which is where the member can use the ride. Notice nowhere in here the member has to leave the Care Wallet. Nowhere here the member has to be concerned with entering any information other than choosing from their doctors that they have already seen and the doctors they have already been approved to see. So this is a truly managed transportation solution for healthcare, where there is no need for a credit card or an app. There is no need for the member to know more than they need to know. And the coordinator is able to review, approve, and essentially send the right request, right card to the right wallet at the right time. And all of that gets paid using SOLV tokens. The currency of this entire transportation solution is SOLV. The coordinator approves the cost of the ride in maximum number of SOLV tokens. The member, if they are sharing the cost of the ride with their Care Circle participants, friends, family members, are transferring SOLV tokens between wallets. And in the end, those SOLV tokens are deposited into the Uber wallet, which is then converted into fiat and paid out to the Uber on a weekly, monthly basis. So this is a pretty different way to embed transportation as a benefit into a Care Wallet with blockchain as the enabling platform, which essentially replaces the need for credit cards and apps. And now our clients, those who wish to use their existing transportation service provider A or transportation service provider B, they can define preemptively which transportation service provider they want to make available to which members based on where the member lives. Very comprehensive platform. I can tell you this, that platforms that administer transportation today in the absence of SOLV Care platform and the underlying blockchain are extremely complex, extremely manual, extremely rigid, and are very, very subject to very high cost of operations and certainly very high cost of inaccuracy, very high inaccuracy in how the rides are being used and how the rides are being actually utilized. In our solution, we practically eliminate the fraud, waste, and abuse of transportation as a benefit. We eliminate the need for vouchers and for pre-approvals, which are sent by emails and a printed paper form, which can be traded as vouchers and coupons, and some people will accept and some won't. There is tremendous complexity and overhead and barriers to effective utilization of transportation today that we simply get rid of. The cost of managing the ride should not be equal to the cost of the ride. It makes no sense that somebody should be spending $10 to give you a $10 ride to the doctor. The cost of administration should not equal the cost of the ride, but that's what happens often in the current centralized backend systems. And we are making this process completely transparent, completely auditable, and fully managed. This is an absolute revolution when it comes to managing transportation in the context of healthcare. And what's really more exciting is that as we speak, the latest version of Care Wallet is on Google and Apple stores with Book a Ride Card Live, which supports Uber as a transportation service and supports other transportation services as well. So the objective here is from a single care wallet, at the definition of the client, the right service will automatically be invoked. You don't need to know as a care wallet holder which service provider you are requesting. You will know that when the car arrives and the wallet informs you, but you're not choosing the transportation service provider. Your sponsor is deciding which transportation you need to get given your needs and given the best possible scenarios. And all of that is automatically handled using solved tokens. Now, what does this mean? There is a number of questions that arise from this announcement. So what is the partnership with Uber Health about? But first of all, it is about choices. It's about giving our clients the ability to apply the best possible metrics and algorithms to choose which transportation service they want to offer, when and to what patients and in what circumstances. Second, it is about cost reduction of administration. And third, it's about making transportation actually accessible and usable for people. And let me give you an example of what that means. With the absence of ride sharing, which are on demand and real time, like Uber or Lyft, you have to have basically scheduled rides. And I can tell you a personal story. When my father was quite ill, when he was alive and still with us, he would take a bus, basically a minivan with wheelchair access capable minivan. And he would be told that the van will pick you up from your house between 9 and 11 a.m. So he would have his breakfast, get ready, get in his wheelchair, and sit by the window between 1 to 2 hours, waiting for the green van to pull up. And then he would wheel out and get in the bus and go to the destination where he needed to go, be it physician or clinical visit. And then he would get the treatment, and then he would sit in the lobby of the hospital or the clinic for a couple of hours before the minivan would show back up and take him home. So for a 15-minute visit with a doctor, he spent 6 hours between waiting and writing and waiting again. And for somebody who is sick, that's a terrible experience. You would agree that's not what we want for our elderly parents who need help. So we need to change this model. And what Uber Health partnership gives us is the ability to make this more humane, more accurate, more usable, more accessible, and allows us to manage this entire patient experience in a manner that only a transparent, auditable blockchain can. We don't want our parents to be worried about installing the Uber app and configuring a credit card and entering addresses of the provider. None of that needs to happen. The Care Wallet knows the name of your doctor, knows the location of the doctor, knows where you go every time, knows where you live, knows where you are, and the entire process is essentially automated for you. You really don't need to do anything other than to get in the car and get to your destination. And at the same time as the visit is finished with the physician, the reverse journey is also instantaneous. This is about making healthcare accessible. And it may not seem like a big deal, but when you think about the fact that up to 30% of doctors' appointments are missed, in large part because the patient either doesn't have the money to pay for copay, or they don't have the transportation capabilities, or they are too sick to travel by themselves. These are things that we must fix through a real on-demand healthcare model where transportation is thought of not as an accident, but rather an integral part of healthcare delivery. So the benefits of using or embedding Uber Health in the Care Wallet are many. Simple experience, managed experience, coordinated experience, supported experience, where I can not only make sure that my mom has a ride to the doctor when she needs to go, I can also share in the cost of the ride if she needs to bear the cost. And I can track her progress all within the Care Wallet, and so can her doctor, and so can I track it back when she's on her way home. And this whole process can be made way more simpler than it is currently. So how it works is that our clients now have the ability to launch care networks where transportation is an embedded, activated endpoint, which is our term for saying transportation is active. And through that endpoint, our clients can turn on the transportation service providers that we support, and they can automatically define which service provider will deliver the transportation service to which patient depending upon where they live and where they need to go. So in the end, this is all about dramatically simplifying the patient experience and absolutely eliminating the administrative overhead and making it very, very difficult, if not impossible, to abuse the transportation experience and the benefit. So the solution is live. We have the capability to do this today. The wallet is in the App Store, downloadable and usable. But the care networks that support this service will be stood up between now and end of the year, because it is up to our clients to deliver the transportation benefit as part of their care network to their audience. So we are fully prepared and ready, and in the midst of launching the right care network for our clients. But from a technological capability, from a wallet capability, from an integration, from a support, we now support Uber as a fully embedded transportation provider. And the reason we did that is because more than one of our clients asked and demanded that we support Uber as a transportation provider. And we also expect that other transportation providers that our clients want to support will eventually be supported in our system related to specialty transportation and so on. So we have a constantly growing demand from our clients to support a variety of transportation providers depending on the geography they are in. And we are not limited to the United States. Our solution has appeal and relevance and interest in Asia, in the Middle East, and we will support transportation providers outside the United States that our clients tell us they want to use. So in a nutshell, what I want to summarize for all of you is, A, we are announcing the partnership with Uber Health as a very important step forward in delivering a truly managed transportation solution with choices for our clients, for the ability for them to specify the right transportation provider based on their criteria to individual needs of the patient, and dramatically simplifying the user experience, dramatically simplifying the coordination and pre-approval capabilities of the care coordinator, and driving this entire ecosystem on the Solve token as the payment mechanism. And we have built and published the wallet to do all of what I've described live in the App Store as we speak. And we are going to see our clients turn on this capability within this next few months. And we expect this to yield tremendous value to the patients and the providers and the insurance companies and the employers, and certainly people who take care of their family members who are sick, our parents and our kids. I'm very excited about this partnership. We waited to announce this partnership till we were done building the Care Wallet. So we wanted to make sure that the Care Wallet is live and active and capable and Uber enabled before we tell you all about it. So we signed this partnership months ago, but we made a decision that we will tell about this partnership when the wallet is up and running. So here we are. The wallet is live. The service is live. And now it's simply a matter of rolling out different care networks with this capability enabled. And that's where our focus is. And that's what we are really excited about. I know there'll be a series of questions that we will get from the community about what we are doing and what we can do better. But I would like to say that as it comes to an evolution and milestones in the company's progress, having one of the most premier transportation service providers, not just in the US, but on a global scale, as embedded capability of our wallet, gives us tremendous negotiating and differentiated power in the insurance and in the benefit management space in the US and really around the globe. And many of you may remember that we are very focused on a diversified global strategy, which is why I'm here in Asia. So this announcement opens the door for us to start having discussions with payers outside the US about bringing transportation as a benefit to their members. We're no longer looking at our Care Wallet as a US only transportation enabled wallet. We now see our Care Wallet as able to serve providers and payers and patients and employers really anywhere around the world, and the support for two of the major transportation service providers proves the fact that we can support 5 more. So it opens up the doorway to very meaningful conversations with transportation providers that serve different geographies, be it the Middle East or be it Asia, and all of the above. I want to congratulate the SolveCare team for moving through this integration at breakneck speed while they had many, many other competing and compelling projects. I want to thank the Uber leadership, who has been incredibly supportive of us in moving this to a solution stage. And we gave them a preview of our capabilities a few weeks ago, and we got tremendous feedback from them. Some things that we were able to incorporate as improvements, and we certainly appreciated their support and their ongoing support. So this functionality that we have released in the market is available now. It is live, and it is essentially a capability that our clients can leverage immediately. And we are in discussions with clients who are looking to launch this capability to their members in the next few weeks to a few months. That will depend upon contracts and many other factors. But we are super excited about the fact that the platform and the wallet and the integration with Uber is now complete, and the wallet is live. And now it is a question of our clients deciding when they want to start offering this service to their members as part of the care networks. I want to wrap it up because I really want to make sure that all of you have the ability to ask questions. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes and see if there are any questions from the community that I can answer. If not, then I'm going to wrap up and head to the airport because we are now heading to meetings in Singapore for the next 3 days. And we will give you an update at the end of this week. But this week has been a phenomenal week and could not be a better time for us to announce this partnership. There are a few questions that just arrived. So one really important question that I see here on screen is, will the transportation solution eventually be available to those that do not have a network sponsor? Yes, that is absolutely our plan, that a non-sponsored consumer, meaning who has no insurance, no employer, no affiliation with an association or any other benefit sponsor, and is essentially a self-paying consumer, be able to use the platform and the wallet to access services, not just transportation, but other services as well. So the answer is yes. As I said to you at the beginning of this year, the journey is certainly the biggest adoption comes from sponsored networks, where there is incentive and even a mandate for the network participants to use the Care Wallet. It's the fastest way to grow our ecosystem. But there is definitely a step in this journey where we also need to allow direct consumers without any sponsorship to join the SolveCare network and access some of these services. We had hoped to have launched it by now, but we have been quite busy with the sponsored side of the business that is primary focus. But we will absolutely keep in mind that many of our consumers are anxious to start using our wallet without a sponsor in between. And we will publish as soon as our roadmap can accommodate that unsponsored care network, or essentially a care network sponsored by SolveCare. We don't have that on the roadmap today, but we certainly hear this request repeatedly, and we'll come back to you with an updated roadmap and when the unsponsored network availability will be. I hope to have it done sometime this year, but let me not commit to that because we do have a lot to do on our plate that's driving real revenue for us. But this is something that's important, and it's definitely on my mind as well. The next question is, how does a care network approve a patient requested ride? The care network can approve a patient requested ride through the care wallet, either on their phone or a care wallet that they can operate on their desktop or their iPad or any other device. So they have the same similar user experience as the normal care wallet holder, but they do have additional capability and enhanced capability to manage. But ultimately, our vision and our goal is the majority of the rides don't need a manual approval. A blockchain nodes, which we call a approval endpoint, is able to review all events on the chain and approve the rides as necessary. And vast majority of the rides can be approved automatically by the approval endpoint, but the ones that need review and approval by a human being end up in a care wallet on the mobile phone or on the desktop. And I'll take one more question here, and that is, will it be just one care card that will work with both of your transportation providers? That's a great question. So the care card gives you transportation as a benefit. In other words, transportation is given to you as part of your medical and clinical benefits. Which transportation service provider ultimately is chosen algorithmically or by definition of the network sponsor should not be a concern of the consumer. But of course, from a point of view of safety, we need to make sure that the consumer has understanding of the car make, the model, the number, all those capabilities. But the provider per se is automatically selected. Most of our clients are interested in having choices and having the ability to choose the right ride for the right patient. And one of the big factors is, of course, ETA, which ride provider can get the car to the patient on a timely basis. There can be other considerations, but generally speaking, the system automatically determines the right transportation provider. It is done through predefined set of criteria, a decision tree that the client gives us, on the basis of which the system will automatically choose the most effective ride. We don't want to get into a business of the consumer having to look at different ride providers and pick, because the system can and should make that determination. And I think we have time for one more question before I need to wrap up. And the question is, I'm not sure if I understand this question, but I think the question is, when Grab is a, oh, I see. So the question is, when will we support Grab? I will not comment on specific transportation providers because, again, we will announce more as we have them integrated. But what I will say is this, that we are fully aware of regionally important, regionally relevant transportation providers in all our target markets, in Asia, in Middle East, and they are different than the names that you hear about sometimes in the US. So these partnerships that we are developing certainly go beyond any specific geography, but we are very, very keen and excited about the fact that Uber is a global service provider, and we want to maximize this partnership in as many geographies as we can. But there will clearly be client-mandated partnerships that we need to support, and we will do so. And that's true for both US and non-US. In the end, we are always here to serve what our network sponsor sees as the best solution for their consumers. And our job as a platform provider is to offer as broad a palette of services as we can within reason. Of course, we will not support a transportation service provider or any service provider of any nature if we have concerns about quality or about other elements. But given a reputable services provider, telemedicine or online pharmacy or any other types of services that, as we are contemplating building them into the wallet, our clients are very much engaged with us in selecting those and prioritizing which services they want to bring to the wallet next. So let me wrap up by saying, everyone, we have worked very hard to sign this partnership, to build this partnership, to implement this partnership, make this partnership available in the wallet. And we were anxious to tell you all about it, but it was critically important that we have the wallet built and launched before we do this announcement. And I'm very proud that we are here in this time, in this time frame, to have made this truly a reality. And I look forward to making similar announcements in the future. But today, please join me in congratulating the SolveCare team and on our behalf, thanking the Uber team for their trust and faith in our platform, in our company. And congratulations to all of you for believing in this organization and the work that this team continues to do. I'm very proud of them, and so should you be. Thank you very much.